Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday 5th of June with FLOSSTUBE number 128. A cool but sunny-ish day here in Hutt, and yeah, 128 videos, crazy, right? I have quite a lot to show you today, but I kind of need to be a bit quicker about it. I've got a friend here for the weekend, but I've just left her in town in Upper Hutt and look at a little art exhibition, which I can go at any time, but I needed to come home, do my video and put some groceries away. So we just went to the fruit and veggie market, and then once I dropped her off, I popped into the supermarket to get a few things, and she's gonna walk home, and then we're gonna have lunch, and then head into Lower Hutt for a movie, then come back to Upper Hutt to go to friends for dinner. They're kind of busy. So yeah, done no stitching. I nothing on Saturday. I will get a little bit done tonight because I want to do my new start tonight, but it won't be very much. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon, Monday afternoon, I'll get some stitching done. It's a holiday tomorrow, Queen's birthday weekend here in New Zealand, so we get the Monday off. I'm going to catch up after Bobby leaves. I'm going to head in to visit with my scrapping friends, and they're both kind of royalists, so we'll just have a little morning tea, a cup of tea really, and a catch up. So I don't know when that is, late morning maybe. And yesterday Bobby came with me with my friends Kelly and Eve, and we went into the Wellington Art Show. I think I mentioned last week that I was going to be going, and I did buy one piece of art this year, and it was another mixed media piece by the same artist I bought one from last year. This is from Susan Hurrell Fields, and it's a print mixed media, and it's called The Heart. And I bought one last year called The Music, and it has a cello, and this one will be like a companion piece. It's just on a board, and I like that it has the number 5 because my address is a number 5, and I just really like it. So probably hang this one under the other one because it's a bit heavier with this colour here. So I need to take the other one off and move it up. It's just on Velcro, and I'll fix these up tomorrow, and then yeah, might take a little vid next week so you can see. I am still waiting for, I've got 3 pieces in at the frames at the moment, cross stitch, and I haven't heard for ages, so hopefully 1 or 2 or 3 of them are due soon. So I thought I better not spend too much money at the art show because I've got 3 lots of framing to pay for shortly. Quick update on Dad. He's doing okay. He rang this morning, said his good news that his kidney function has improved from like 43% up to 57 or 47 up to 53. I'm not sure, but it's going the right way. And other than being bored and can't do very much, he's generally feeling okay, so that's really good. They have increased the medication for my stepmother. She's formally under palliative care now. They psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever, who assess they agree that it appears she is in significant pain. So potentially there's something wrong going on inside her. But they have increased her drugs, so now she's mostly sleeping, and she's completely bedridden now. So they like bathing her and stuff in bed, and Dad said it's actually quite nice to visit with her, and she seems at peace, and she's just sleeping, and he takes a book and he sits with her and reads a book and just talks to her while she's asleep, and at least she's not, fighting and yelling and in pain. So it's kind of like that next stage, really. Okay, what have I got? I've had a few things come in, or bought a few things. So what have I got? Okay, so on Friday, I was working from home, but I'd had a really intense week and just lots of things going on with my project that just needed lots of love and care and attention. And so I kind of took a couple of hours on Friday and drove into Wellington because I wanted to go to one of the quilting stores out in Kilburnie and look for some fabric for specific projects, and the only fabric I got was this, and I'm not going to tell you what it's for yet because I'm not sure formulating some ideas, but it's sort of like, I like the fact that it looks like kind of a ticking kind of fabric, but it's a printed cotton. So that's for some projects, finishing projects that are going to come up. And then while I was there, I just had a look around because they, Busy Bee Quilt Shop in Kilburnie took over a lot of the Nancy's embroidery bits and pieces, and so they now have a corner that's all embroidery and cross stitch and stuff. So I picked up a couple of skeins of this anchor. This is a 1203. I think I'd like to stitch the Natasha Maletsky buttons in this, because I picked out some buttons from my stash and they edge on the sort of pinky side of red. I know, that's maybe what it will be. And then I picked up just 5 skeins of anchor black. It's been about 35 years since I stitched with anchor black, so everyone likes it, so I'll give it a go. I got enough to do a decent couple of projects, so because they have anchor and I was there. And then I also grabbed this so hands across the sea, a Bristol. I've been looking for a Bristol that's not a too big a Bristol, and to stitch on some 45 count, I think it's 45 count that Judith gave me, and I like this one, and I would adapt it. I'm not going to stitch it as a repro, I'm going to stitch it as an inspiration. I'll change the Bible to something else, I'll put my name in it. I will, but I like the mix of borders and corners and motifs, and then I like the negative space with some of these alphabets. So yeah, I really liked that one, and yeah, it's not too big. 246 by 280, because if you're familiar with the Bristol, some of them are big, huge. And I'm going to probably, I don't know what floss, probably look for a soie surfine. This one's stitched in Gloriana. Wow, the model was stitched with over 2 threads on 40 count. I'm going to do 45, so we shall see. I don't know, but anyway, I don't know when it won't be started this year, but I bought that, so happy to have that. So that was my tiny little haul from Busy Bee Quilt Shop in Kilburnie in Wellington. I also got a small order in from All Threads in Australia. 3 skeins of Threadworks 1025, which is the last colour I'm using for my conversion for Elf Forest, Southern Land and Northern Land. So can't remember, one of them needs 1 and 1 needs 2. So yeah, that's all gonna be, it's all kitted up now in Threadworks. And since I was doing an order from there, and for 3 skeins of floss, I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I picked up 6 skeins of the Gentle Art Claret, which I believe will be enough to stitch under the blues, because it's a bluey blue-toned red. So Under the Blues by Elizabeth Harcourt-Vautier. But I don't know what fabric. I had pulled the 40 count, what is it? What's that, raw linen? Mallow, but I don't love stitching on mallow, and so I'm not going to stitch this on mallow. I'm going to I'll probably just use some 40 count antique white, to be fair, probably. I'll have to get a special cut though, because that's 661 long. Anyway, but I think that'll look really good on that, so that is a plan for that. I also kitted up the fabric and floss to go with this. I showed this a couple of weeks ago when I was up in Kauro with Dad. I bought this off Etsy, Flowers Uprising by Tinsel Cross Stitch. And I just like how it's these bands going up, and then they're not all even at the top. And I decided I'm going to stitch it with this Belle Soir Alarm Fire. It's very bright, that Judith gave me. Now she's given me 3 skeins, which is going to be plenty, but I mean, I'm not, yeah, it'll be plenty to stitch this. And I've pulled some of the 40 count parchment from Country Stitch that I got last month I think it was last month. So I'm going to stitch that on that, and I think it's going to look delicious. And this is going to be my start tonight, start 21 of 50. So yeah, kitted and going to start it immediately, and it's going to be pretty bright. I'm really excited about that. So thank you again, Judith, for that floss. She had quite a lot of it, like several skeins. When I was visiting her one day, she said, "Do you want some?" I went, "Oh, I'm not going to say no." So yes. So yeah, I'm really excited to start that. So yeah, that'll be start 21. But what did I do for start 20? Well, so start 21 was my first day of winter. I started this on the 1st of June. That's the meteorological first day of winter. Is 20 of 50, and it's the Winter Garden by the Drawn Thread, which I'm stitching on all the called for 32 count Smokey Pearl with all the called for silks. And this is the chart. Now, having stitched it for a bit, this chart picture is quite processed. I have stitched quite a bit. So I started this on Wednesday night, and I stitched it on Thursday at lunchtime and at night and Friday night. I haven't ironed anything, I haven't really had time, so that's where I've got to. So I've started on the house, so I'm just getting the windows in, and I've done a bit of roof and the door, and there's some shrubbery in here. Started the siding. All the words to there, and I've got all of these trees in that are done. There are some snowflakes that come, but I'll come do them all, because it's that thing where you load up some white and just stitch the snowflakes. They're all kind of specialty, big Smyrna crosses and various fancy stitches. So yeah, I think it's really pretty. So you've got some black work in those poinsettia, some fancy crosses in here. These are all kind of like a fur kind of stitch. Yeah, I think it looks really lovely. So yeah, I had imagined this was actually going to take a really long time, but it's not a big stitch at all. So yeah, quite excited with that. So that was start 20 of 50. But of course I only started that on Wednesday because that was the first. So I had to find another couple of projects to stitch. So Sunday night and Monday, I pulled out the Lighting the Way by Silver Creek Samplers. And last time you saw this, I'd done all the house and all the greenery. So I've done, yeah, all the house, the greenery, and a couple of the stars and the bird. And I'm stitching this on a custom, slightly darker version of Halloween Smoke, 36 count from Country Stitch. And I'm using mostly the called for, except I am stitching I think I'm stitching the lighthouse with a slightly different white. Yeah, so I started this on 3rd of April as my daylight saving ended, and it's start 12 of 50. And so I picked it up Sunday night. Am I telling lies? No, Sunday night. And then, yeah, all of Monday night, and I stitched the lighthouse and half of the lettering maybe. And I've just got like two rows of the lettering and the beam of light and then several stars. I'd have done some of the little stars down here. So yeah, it's not going to take long at all. So I thought we'll get all the lettering in, then I can just stitch all of the creamy yellow and not have to count because the lettering will already be in. Yeah, so it's very close to a finish. And I really like it. So that's another one that I'm pick up in one session and I'll be able to complete it. Don't know if that'll be this week, we'll see. I expect I'm going to get really into that Flowers Uprising and just sort of want to stitch it monogamously, but we shall see. So that's that one. And then I wanted something a little bit different on Tuesday, and I pulled out Frederick. So by Carriage House Samplings, Frederick, which I'm stitching with the called for DMC on 40 count drifting sands by Country Stitch. Started also in April. Frederick was my start 13 of 20. And I did, oh that's right, I did the pears. I love those pears. Those 3 little pears just make me so happy. And then I started his outline. So I only did a little bit on Tuesday night because I had a hair appointment. By the time I got home, I just wanted to do something I could do a little bit of. So yeah, pears, and started Frederick's outline. It's got his feet in, and yeah. So I will pick, when I pick him up again, I'll finish all of the dark brown outline, and then I can just start kind of, then put his little doodly bits in, and then I can just fill in with all of the rusty red. But mine's DMC, so it's going to be more solid than that. It's a bit flicky. Yeah, and then I'll just have, he'll be kind of half done by then, well half done by then. What do you think of the border, especially since I filled it in and that. So I'm very happy with Frederick. Maybe a couple more sessions on him. We shall see. A few weeks ago I showed you, I think the same time I bought the Uprising, that I had bought a antique alphabet band sampler from Vivian Powers. And where is it? And it looks like this, and I thought it was really sweet, so I bought that. She then sent a little message out saying that she had, you know, been kind of looking at it, working on it, or what have you, and she felt like it was incomplete, and she's re-charted it or adapted the chart, and she's added in quite a few bands. And then she messaged everyone who bought it and said if we wanted the newer version, just to email her or message her through Etsy or whatever, and she would email it to us. So I've got both copies now. So that's the original that she did, which is sweet. And I don't know if you can buy both of them. So the new one is an extra 100 stitches long. So it's gone from 180 by 300 to 180 by 400. And what's different is she's added this band at the top is new, then this band is new, so everything from these strawberries down to here is new, and then that's the original, and that's all the same. So yeah, it's this top one, and from here to here is new that she's added in. And you know what? I like it. I don't think it'll fit on a fat quarter now though, that's the only problem, so that's okay. I'm looking forward to getting that kitted up at some stage. Like it's quite a busy chart. It's got no specialty stitches. It's really a nice straightforward pattern for people. So if you're wanting to get into a sort of sampler style and didn't want over one or specialty stitches and stuff, you could totally pick this one up. Yeah, so I totally am probably going to do this in silk and use just a couple where you need I'd need 2 skeins. It'll be fine, I'll work it out. So yeah, that's pretty cool of her to let us know as well that she'd adapted it. So yeah, I was really pleased to get that. That's pretty much it, I think. So again, that's Vivian Powers on Etsy. Her Etsy shop is Vivsters, and I think she has some of her charts on the Silk app. That's pretty much it. Gosh, last week the video took about 4 hours to go up. It was just, YouTube did not want to be my friend, and it was sort of the processing took ages, and I had a number of people message me late Sunday going, are you okay, you okay, hope things are okay, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to get my video up. Like, I filmed it around lunchtime, I think, or early after, yeah, and then I went and did stuff. I didn't actually start processing it till about 3:30, and I think it published about 9:45. It was ridiculous, and it just kept just not loading. So, and I saw a couple of other people who said that YouTube was being a real dick. So even like not letting them search and access playlists and stuff. So I don't know, maybe there was some issues at the data center or something, and they were down to one server or something. I don't know. It was just one of those things where it's like, oh, my video. And then again, yeah, a number of people sent me messages via Instagram and Facebook Messenger to say, I hope everything's okay, because of course the previous video I'd been like absolutely wackadoodle exhausted, but that was good. It was, you know, it was a lot better last week, and yeah, this week at work's been horrendous. It's just so busy, and I'm so glad that I have Monday off, and I'm going to get to spend a little bit more time with my friends. So, gonna wrap this up now. I've got a whole couple of bags of vegetables and fruits to get away, and I've got a salad to get ready to take out to dinner tonight. I bought some fresh bread from the market from Pickle and Pie, a nice piece of artisan sourdough. I haven't made sourdough for ages, but you got to be home to make bread. You can't make bread when you're not home. So I'll take that along tonight. The bread and a salad. And I think Kelly's going to make a vegetarian lasagna, and she's going to make key lime pie because she's got a whole lot of lime. So that's going to be really nice. Oh, and I'll take a bottle of wine. So that should be a good contribution. Okay. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for coming along to watch my video, and hopefully you like my stitching. Next week I promise I'll iron things. I will see you all next week. As always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.